How's it going, everybody? It's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Casablanca collaboration with New Balance on the 327 in the Idealiste green colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Rose Gold and Black. Rose Gold and Black is an Australian-based jewelry and accessory company, and right now they're having their end of financial year sale, where my viewers only will be able to get 25% off their entire purchase through that link down below. In addition, if you guys use the code SEAN at checkout, so that's SEAN, you'll get an additional 10% off discount that you can stack as well. To be honest with you guys, I'm not even a huge accessory guy, but a lot of the stuff that I picked up from Rose Gold and Black is very wearable and very versatile. So don't hesitate too long, a lot of their styles are moving very fast and selling out. And don't worry, even in the midst of this COVID-19 crisis, they are still shipping worldwide. So again, that's Rose Gold and Black. Be sure to check them out, show them some love, links are down below. This collaboration between French-Moroccan menswear label Casablanca with New Balance released at the end of April for a retail price of $150 US or $200 here in Canada. As part of the Idealiste collection, this green pair also dropped alongside an orange and green pair as well. And together, this marked the official debut of the all-new New Balance 327 silhouette. So for those who aren't aware, the New Balance 327 has been one of the hottest shoes by New Balance in a long time. And so far from what I've seen, every single release that has dropped has sold out instantly. So first off, here's a quick look at the box, and this is a special edition box specific for this collab. The entire box is colored in green, which gives off that tennis vibe, which this collab was inspired by. At the top of the box, we have the word Idealiste or Idealist in French alongside the number 327. And then on the sides of the box, we have both the New Balance logo and Casablanca branding. So jumping back to the shoes, the New Balance 327 is an all-new silhouette, but it's heavily influenced by retro runners. As you can tell, this is a very sleek and very minimalistic vibe to it. And as you can see, just from an appearance standpoint, it's very similar to other runners that released during the 70s. So the upper of this shoe is constructed out of a very premium white colored leather. This leather feels very nice to the touch and has these perforations running through it. Covering the top of the toe box, we have this horn-shaped overlay of green colored suede. And similar to the white leather, this suede also feels very nice to the touch as well. Covering the eyelets of the shoe, we have this light gray colored suede, and then stitched on top of the lateral side of the sneaker, we have this oversized New Balance end logo. So this is done in contrast in a smooth white leather with a secondary layer of green leather underneath. You'll notice on the medial side, it doesn't have the New Balance end logo, instead it has much more of a cleaner and minimalistic look to it. Covering the back heel, we have that green suede once again, and on the medial side, here you'll see the New Balance word mark. At the top of the back heel, we have the New Balance logo along with 327 embroidered in white. These come with a flat style white lace, but they do have these metallic lace tips, which is a very nice and very luxurious finish to it. Underneath this, we have this off-white colored nylon tongue, which has a secondary nylon layer, which runs down the center to help hold the laces in place. And at the top, we have a nylon tag, which has New Balance and Casablanca branding on it, done in a combination of orange and green. So the interior of these 327s is lined in what feels like a synthetic white leather, which again also adds to that premium and luxurious feel to the sneaker. Pulling up the insoles, these come with a white colored insole with the New Balance logo on the heel in orange. So the upper of these 327s sits atop this EVA foam midsole, which is actually double stacked underneath the heel. So you see, for the most part, this is done in this off-white color, but then underneath the heel, there's a secondary layer, which is done in this darker tan finish. Flipping the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your outsole, which is entirely done in this green colored rubber. This traction style is very retro, very vintage, and we have these circular nubs that runs from heel to toe. And you'll notice the rubber outsole wraps up and onto the back of the shoe as well. The million-dollar question, you guys are wondering, how do these fit? And overall, I'd say that they do run true to size. My feet measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and usually for New Balance I wear between a 9.5 or a 10. So for example, I wear a 9.5 in silhouettes like the 992, 993, and sometimes the 998, whereas I stick true to size in other silhouettes like the 997. So for these guys, these are much more true to size than most of your New Balances, so whatever your feet actually measures as, regardless of brand, that's the size that I would stick with this shoe. Yes, it does taper in quite a bit at the tip of the toe, and while it did give me a very nice snug fit, I didn't feel like it was uncomfortable by any means. To me, the overall shape and the feel on foot, it felt like the Nike Flyknit Racer, except for the fact that for the Racers, I go up a half size to a 10.5, whereas these guys were perfect at size 10. Next up, in terms of the comfort on this shoe, not much really needs to be said, because to be honest, it's not the most comfortable shoe in the world, but that's kind of expected given the retro vibes that this shoe really has. The EVA foam under your foot wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best either, and to me it kind of reminded me of the feel of the Nike Sacai on foot. Overall, it felt very lightweight and very minimal, and it'll be perfectly fine for just an everyday casual use sneaker. Last but not least, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship on my pair, despite the fact that this was made in China and not a made in USA or made in UK pair, honestly this one felt very premium in hand. You could really sense that premium finish, and I think Casablanca and New Balance really knocked this out of the park. With all that out of the way, let's lace up these New Balance 327s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. When I first saw pictures of this shoe, I was kind of skeptical about the design. Because of those retro 70s vibes that this shoe had, I wasn't completely sold, but I will admit, the more I saw this shoe, the more it really grew on me. What really got me was the top-down look of it, and seeing the aggressive width of this shoe, for some reason it just really got me. And with so many 327 releases set to drop in 2020, I decided what the heck, just bite the bullet, pay resale, and grab the first one. So let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel about this Casablanca New Balance 327 in the green Idealist colorway. How do you guys feel about the 327 in general, and how do you feel about this specific pair as well? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. Before I end this video, another huge thank you goes out to the sponsor for today's video, Rose Gold and Black, and until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.